Hello there, friends. It's Lindbergh, your bad couch guru, and this is the Health and Fitness Motivation Podcast, and here for another round. Today, we are going to talk about beauty versus health in the context of foot binding, corsets, and cosmetics industry. Okay. The point I want you to take that we are going to think about today is think about the decisions that you're making in your life, how you spend your time, and what value is that decision of how you spend your time supporting. And sometimes when we are feeling a little bit like just uneasy with ourselves and we're just, we're not feeling good, sometimes it's because our values are out of line with how we're spending our time and our money. And so in the context of beauty versus health, when we pause and think about this, it becomes painfully obvious. It becomes so like, oh my gosh, of course. But sometimes we just get busy and we live on with our days and we don't actually realize that our money and our time is not going towards what we value. So take a look at your day and the things that you do that you would call self-care. Or maybe you say, I'm not doing any self-care at all. Well, okay, then book a call with me right away. You need help. Okay, look at what you do and how you spend your time and do an evaluation of, are the things I'm doing for myself that I call self-care, is it just for beauty or is it for health? And I know beauty is defined in so many different ways. And health is defined in so many different, we have mental health, physical health, spiritual health, all of that, right? So it gets complicated. It's not quite as simple as, getting a haircut is beauty and putting on lipstick is beauty and exercising is health. I know it's not quite that black and white. But think about what you're doing and how you're spending your time. Because I just this week, for example, I was thinking again about the corset leggings and how there's just a lot of corsetting happening right now. And usually it's something that's done like quietly that people don't talk about. And there's a difference between I'm not talking about corsets for other medical reasons, right? Beauty versus health, right? Beauty versus health. But how we're just seeing some people just make those little waistlines so teeny tiny that it's unhealthy. It's hurting their intestines. And it reminds, not just their intestines, all their internal organs. And it reminds me of like back when we had foot binding in China, and that whole concept of like, oh my gosh, it's hard to believe that was a thing. And when you look back at the history of it and how, there was a little girl dancing for the prince and her feet were so tiny and they decided that was a standard of beauty. So they would take gauze and wrap and bind their feet. So then they would grow totally disfigured, but they would be, little teeny tiny and they could, dance in these like toe shoe, almost like ballerina toe shoe looking things. Beauty versus health. Yeah, obviously that's not healthy. Obviously that's not good, but it was considered a beauty standard. So we want to hold together and really help each other stand up for making sure that beauty and health are really seen as one and the same. And that doing things that are not healthy are not so much valued as doing things that are healthy. See, that's what's seen as beautiful. Now, obviously, our culture is completely screwed up. All these photoshopped images and, Instagram, beautiful, fake personalities and fake photoshops and fake vacations and sometimes even fake people on Instagram. It just messes it all up. So I'm dancing all over the place, but I want you to kind of dance all over the place in your mind too, because I gotta tell you, in the United States, do you know that the cosmetic industry alone, just cosmetics, $49.2 billion industry, right? Billion. With this here's just a, FYI, with mascara and eyeliner being the highest transactions per capita in the United States. That's a useless fact, but I thought that was interesting. I would have thought it was lipstick, but maybe that's just me. So beauty versus health. Is what you're doing supporting your health? Is your value your health? Is a certain standard of your own beauty part of your mental health? If so, why? Lots of questions to ask here, but really be your own good judge here. Be your own good evaluator and analyst here. Look at how you're spending your time and money. Look at if that's in line with your values of what you value for beauty and what you value for health. And then ask yourself, what do I need to do to get my actions and my time in line with my values, right? Because that's where frustration comes in. That's where we say like, oh, I want to make health a better priority. Oh, I really should do this. Oh, I should do that. And that's where we get frustrated, is when we don't do it. We're not in line with our values. So here's what you do. Get out a piece of paper. At the top, write beauty versus health at the top of that paper. And then write some really simple things for beauty that you would say, no, I'm not going to do those beauty things. And I'm not saying don't wash your hair, don't ever color your hair. I mean, you guys know me, my hair changes all the time. I'm all for people doing whatever they want to do. And I also understand the concept of creative outlet. I totally get it. But let me back up again. So on the top of your paper, write beauty versus health. Think about what that means to you. Think about what that looks like to you. And just start brainstorming. Is it beauty you're really chasing? Or is it health you're really chasing? And I'm not here to tell you what answer is right or wrong. I want you to get very clear, though, on what your values are, what you value. And then ask yourself, are you living a life that is in line with what you're thinking of your values for beauty versus health? And is there any change you need to make? There we go, friends. We'll see you tomorrow. If you'd like to talk about this topic with me personally, or take a look at overall health, diet, exercise, head on over to couchtoactive.com and sign up for a Help Me Get Started or How to Get Started session with me. And we'll dive into this in deep detail with you and get you rolling right away. That's couch2active.com.